What's going on, Junkie Nation? Gorgeous George and Goes reporting for duty here. We get to talk to one of the best strikers in the world. I'm not even sure he likes that because he's a mixed martial artist and he's actually one of the best mixed martial artists in the world. But everyone knows when they're standing up, it's Giga time. Giga Chikadze joins us. What's going on, Giga?
Good talking to you guys. It's been a while. I have not had the chance to talk to you.
Well, thank you. It's great to talk to you too. And man, for one, you got a great fight coming up against Arnold Allen. Not only is it a great fight, it's on a great card. Now, I wanted to ask you, you've had pretty good success in Las Vegas, but you got to be sick of it, right? This is your first fight, I think, outside of Las Vegas in 4 years. Are you excited about that aspect of the matchup?
First, I was really excited, but when I heard about the pay-per-view time, how that's gonna be, I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
eh, I'm not sure. But usually we go before the fight, like 2 weeks or something, 10 days before, early to adjust the time and everything. But now I'm thinking maybe I should go the latest I could go. Like because uh, all this time will be more like California time where I live right now. So yeah, as in card, it's a great card. Opponent, I have a very good fighter. So I'm excited to get there.
Yeah, I didn't think of that. With the time change, because we're 8 hours difference, but because they're fighting late in the night, what are you fighting, like around midnight or something like that? Or is it even later?
No, my fight probably will be around 4 a.m.
Oh,
or 4:30. I don't know.
all right, so if we take off the 8 hours, 8:30, kind of like how you would fight in Las Vegas. I see. I see your strategy. Okay. Are you one of those guys that retains water on flights? Do you have problems with weight cuts? I've never heard that Giga had a rough weight cut. Have you ever had a rough weight cut?
I mean, I never missed a pound, but my weight cut is definitely easy. Usually, I'm one of the heaviest guy I believe from 145. I go normal days I'm around the middleweight guy and going to featherweight. So I have to cut close to 40 pounds usually in every single camp.
Hmm. After your Cater fight, you took about a year and a half, and then you came back and got a W against Alex Caceres. But even that
Yeah.
one's been about almost a year by the time you fight. Um, I think you might have had something booked with Josh Emmett. So did you like experience an injury, or it just seemed like a long time to fight again after the other long layoff? Is what I'm
Let me
asking.
correct you guys something. I
Okay.
didn't take 1.5 year. They made me do it. I tried to fight as soon as I could come back. You know,
Oh.
right after the fight, I did the surgeries, which I had to do it. And after 3 months, I was already in the camp. I was preparing for Sodic fight a few times, multiple times fall off. Then was a zombie main event in Korea supposed to be, and I was super excited for that. Then Ortega was on offer, and that never happened. And finally, we had the Caceres, which was great still, after 1.5 year. But then I had a couple of injuries for sure that I had to take a little time. I
I
tear my
see.
groin while I was sparring with Merab Dvalishvili, who was helping me for Emmet camp. And right few days before, not even 2 weeks, I think, I throw my Giga kick and tear my right side groin, which was crazy. Like this never happens, and I've been doing this since I was born. So after this, I had to take care of my body, and here we go. Now we have an Allen, and I can't wait to come back.
We asked you a while back if there was friendly competition between you, Marab, Ilya, for bringing a title back to your country. It always looks like you guys support each other and you're happy for each other. I'm sure his life has changed in Spain and Georgia. Has his success also impacted you and Marab as far as like you have your country even more supportive of you?
Say again, please. I didn't get it. Me and Mirab spar.
The country of Georgia,
Right,
Already knew they had superstars, right? And
right.
now with with Ilya winning the title, is it even more popular in Georgia because of you three and others?
Of course. It's like the national sport. Right now, actually, the soccer, first time they made our national team into European Cup, and
Yeah.
they will be going in a couple of weeks to play. Uh, they are killing it right now at the moment, but at the same time, the fighters are like, like soccer team is a whole big one team with multiple players, but we as a single athletes, I believe we are the one of the best right now, and I'm really happy how we're getting all that love and attention.
Mhm.
Obviously, yeah, title fight. Also, it sounds big in for the country. Yeah.
So a win here would be two in a row. And it's a good name. Like George said, when we saw that name, we thought, man, this is going to be a really, really good fight. Without giving us too much of your strategy, can you tell us, like, what is it that you see in your head when you see this match play out? And what do you think can come from a victory here?
For me, it's more like no, I have to fight. I have to win this fight first. I have a strong opponent. He's been against Max. He went 5 rounds, and some of the rounds he pulled for himself. So he's definitely a very strong opponent. And fighting and defeating the someone like that is definitely for me. Coming out from the last win, I believe it's like one of the contender fights for the title. And for Allen, probably more like staying in his spot where he is at. He's like ranked 5 or 6 right now, and it's it's already a title eliminator. So he it's like two different perspectives. Um, I have 8 win in UFC and only one loss, and last fight to win, and definitely this gonna put me back to the where I belong in that spot.
How do you think Allen stands out over some of the guys that you faced in the past? Is he much different from anyone else?
Uh, he is southpaw. This is already a different. My last opponent actually was a southpaw, but um, yeah, definitely he's different style guy. He's always healthy, strong, um, well-rounded fighter. Not bad in striking, not bad in the ground as well. So I mean, he has all the tools. It's even he has so many fights. I feel like um, me and him will be a little difference there in the maturity in the fight in the octagon. Let's see, let's see. I'm really excited.
If we sat down or if the matchmaker sat down with you and asked you, look, how do you feel the rest of the year can play out? Do you feel like you can get one more fight in
Oh, absolutely,
and what would be
absolutely.
like the perfect
First thing
scenario?
first, you guys know me as an like since I got in UFC, I was on a quick turnaround all the time. I was taking the fights at a week notice, 2 week notice, like few days opponent changes. Actually, the 1 or 2 days was one time. So this is what I love. This is what I've been missing all the time when I'm not in the octagon. I just miss to be there. Uh, I know how old I am as well. This is my prime time, and I have to use for my best. And I can't wait to be on that role again. I have to fight this fight in July, and as soon as they call me, but I'll be asking the fight from the octagon. But first, I have to defeat this opponent, and then let's see what happens. But This is what I love to do, man. I'm not one of those guys who wins the fight, sit in his hometown, and takes forever to come back. You know.
We love that, man. We love it when the fighters want to be active. I was paying attention to the last question my brother asked you, about game plans and things like that. And I paid attention to your answer where you said, well, we'll see what happens. You've had 9 fights in the UFC, 10 if we include contender series, but in the UFC you've had 9. This will be your 10th. Can you remember either just your UFC career or even your whole career, how many times has the game plan worked? Like everything you worked on, it shows up in the fight and it's a success and you feel comfortable and you feel happy, versus how many times you show up and you're like, oh, that's not what we planned for, man. I'm in I'm in a problem. I'm stuck in a problem here. Maybe you solve it, maybe you don't. So I'm asking you about game plans and the successes of them.
Yeah, game plan honestly always been working. You know, of course, when you there was some time that I needed to do little adjustments in the fight, and which I've done it most of the time. Uh, I think I have a good game plan for this fight as well. There are a lot of footage from the Allen in to prepare in this camp, but in general, it's funny that I'm preparing on myself as I'm being healthy, in a good shape, because when we talk about, you guys mentioned the one of the best striker. I believe I'm a best striker still, and I know what adjustments I have to do if the fight something comes unplanned in the fight, or something that I could not see before. And if I realize in the fight, I'm sharp all the time in the fights, in the sparring. So my brain IQ is pretty good too. I believe more than average in the fight right now, and I think I can solve this puzzle.
I would imagine it's not a bad thing when certain things don't go your way in the game plan, but then you solve them in the middle of the fight. You must feel like a monster the following day, going, not only what did I succeed in what I prepared for, but I succeeded in taking the adversity, everything that guy had to give me, and I solved that. Do you grow from that type of situation as well, even though it might cost you getting hit or kicked, or, or kneed or something like that?
Yeah, definitely. You know, you like when you solve the puzzle and you know that how difficult the puzzle is for others, and you can handle it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's more confidence you gain. Um, Usually, like you plan the fights to win in certain technique or in certain way, and let's say you fight someone and you think that you're gonna catch him with a liver kick or something, right? And then you go and you win with something different technique or decision. Then you realize that there is a game plan and there is something that you really want to do it. You know, like you really want to. Yeah. I wish I could do this or that, but it's about the winning. And if you stick with the game plan, uh, it's most of the time it always works.
Do you have anything that you wish you could end the fight with, like a dream technique, like the Anthony Pettis Showtime kick, or the
Yeah,
Jorge Masvidal running knee, or something like
it's
that?
both of them. Both of them is one of my dreams, and I'll definitely add some of the spinning kicks. I already done my signature liver kick, so yeah, definitely something with a spinning kick would be nice to have it, like Barbosa done it, like also the all the knees from the Masvidal and Showtime kick too. We could call him after Giga time kick. You know?
I like it. In fact, Barbosa did it against a British fighter, if I'm not mistaken.
Hmm.
I'm trying to look real quick as I talk to
Uh,
you. If he did it
Terry
in
Edom.
Terry Edom, it was in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. It wasn't in England. So man, imagine landing that in England against an English fighter. That would be sick.
Ooh, ooh.
Hmm.
Do
I'm
you
excited to get there because I know Manchester fans are super, emotionals and different energy. Let's
Does
see.
Coach Rafael get mad at you when you do things out of the norm, or does he actually encourage you to do these different types of riskier techniques?
No, not really. No, he loves it. He enjoys it too.
Yeah. Um, is today the ass whooping day that you guys used to have on Fridays? I think it might have been moved to Wednesdays where you guys go really hard. Is it today?
You familiar with that? Yeah,
Oh yeah.
we moved to Wednesday. Yeah,
Oh
Wednesday is
okay.
the
Hmm.
day. Yeah.
Why is that? He just didn't want you to go into the weekend. You guys all banged up, or was there a strategy to moving it to Wednesdays? Because it was Fridays for a long time.
I remember some of the fighters I think complained that Friday usually we are all beat up and we're tired. I
Ah,
was not that guy. I'll tell you that. But they moved to Wednesdays, and Wednesday is the day.
did you ever mix it up with Fabricio Verdum on a Friday?
No, me and Fabrizio we never really went on each other like hard. I mean,
What's a legendary session that you had, and hopefully you can give us a name, one that you go, oh
and
man, I
me and
remember
Benny,
this.
we have always legendary sessions, man. Me and Benny, like you guys know how close we are, how we love each other. We're family.
Uh
But
huh.
when we are there, it's like free pay-per-view, brother.
I
Hey,
love it.
Giga, by the way, you mentioned Benny. Are you happy about the award? I think you might have helped out a little
Of
bit with
Yeah.
that
course,
too,
yeah.
right?
It's funny. I even knew earlier than him, like month or 2 months earlier, and Brian Smith was telling me, "Oh, we should do um, some recorded. You know how they do in the gym, and they announce it. We never did it, but we were planning to do something like that. I'm yeah, like Benny is the guy, man. If you were ever gonna give someone that award, first in my head comes to Benny because in the scene you guys don't see how much things he does, how close he is to God. He prays to God from the morning to the night, like, and anything he do is through him, and he helps so many people, not only fighters, as a fighters as well. You guys know he has a big gym. He opened. Actually extend the gym in Anaheim now. He has a big gym, like very comfortable. Like he has a huge mats and all the high technology inside the hyperbaric chamber and
Wow.
physiotherapies, and he has just he's building his community. I'm very happy, very proud of him. Now with that award as well, like I'm glad that UFC recognized him like this because this is the gold. Ben Eldarish is a gold guy. It's really like amazing human being, and we're really proud of him.
And for those of you that might not connect the dots, what Goes asked Giga about is that this year at the UFC Hall of Fame, Benil Dariush will be presented with the Forrest Griffin Community Award, which Giga received in 2022. So we talked to Benny about it, and we did, talk about obviously you and you winning it. So that's great. Two guys from one gym, two guys that can get violent on a Wednesday or a Friday a long time ago, but they have great big hearts where they help others. So much so that there's recognition, excuse me, from the UFC. Knockout cancer is what Giga is involved with. How's that going, by the way, Giga? Let's ask you about that.
It's similar like used to be.
Hmm.
Uh, you know, nothing changed. We still continuing the whatever we were doing. It's always
Hmm.
gonna stay like that. It's like most of the time, usually when I win the fights or when I fight, after that we get more active. sometimes we slow down. Yeah, it's
Mhm.
like normal.
For more info on that, you can go to kocancer.charity, and maybe purchase an official Giga Kick t-shirt. We've been talking about the Giga Kick, and I'm sure we'll see some at UFC 304. But yeah, on the serious side, KO Cancer, big deal there by our friend here, Giga Chikadze, our guest here on MMA Junkie Radio. And Giga, let's wrap up with that on a great note, man. Talking about you and your boy Benny and everything you guys are doing. Of course, the job is MMA. We look forward to it in a few months. Hope you have a great, safe camp, and maybe we'll even get to talk to you right before the fight on fight week.
Great talking to you guys. Thanks for having me, and see you guys soon.